Thanks for joining me. This is Danny, and welcome back to my modded 1.12.2 series. And today we are playing in Minecraft 1.12.2. I did upgrade the pack, and we lost a few things, and we gained a few things. And today's episode is basically going to be kind of a cleanup episode. We're going to clean up, well, we're going to fix a lot of things that got broken in the upgrade. And we're also going to be playing around with some new stuff. We're just going to be kind of doing a let's play today. Just playing mods, man, and having fun. And I think I'm going to possibly end the episode today with a trip to the end. But there's one thing, so like if you're playing this pack, or if you're playing any pack that has actual editions in it, and you've upgraded to a newer version of actual editions from an older version, there is something that's changed. And it broke our automation in here, so it's going to be a really easy fix to do, but I just wanted to show you and do this on camera with you so that you would see what's going on. So actual editions, fermenting barrels used to turn canola oil into oil, like just regular old oil. It now turns it into refined canola oil, which basically has the exact same properties, and it works exactly the same as oil did as far as turning it into empowered oil or crystallized oil and empowered oil. But because it has a different name now, and it's a different item, basically, our sensor is no longer sensing it. In fact, we have an empty bucket in here now because the oil that it was trying to detect no longer exists. I'm just going to grab a bucket of this water, right, and I'm going to put it in that filter. Oh, and then it's going to start working. Nice. But I got to get out of here because I don't want to pick any more of this stuff up. Okay, hooray! So now we're making our empowered oil again. So that's done. That's fixed. Nothing more to do there. Now we lost Buildcraft. We lost better foliage, so we don't have the nice connected grass textures anymore. We lost blood magic. We lost durability show, which had the little guy in the corner, and also it showed our armor durability and all that. Not a terribly big deal. None of those are a big deal to me, actually, honestly. But what is a big deal to me is that we lost just jetpacks. So I no longer have a jetpack. I no longer have flight, unless we're at the base, because we have our environmental controller here. We also lost literal ascension. So we lost our little ladders and stuff, which I really love. So I hope that gets updated to 1.12 soon, and then I'll add it back into the pack. And we also lost the mod, which was the one that had the crash dummies, or the test dummies. So my little test dummy has disappeared. So we can no longer shoot him to test our stuff. So that's a little sad. And we also lost more bees, which means our draconic bee has turned into a forest queen. So we no longer have free draconium, all that work we did. And we lost our draconic bees. So one of the things we're going to do today, there are no draconic bees. We did add Binny's mod though. Or Binny's mods. So we do have a lot of other bees. Binny. We have a lot of other bees, which will give us lots of other really nice things. I actually want to make diamond bees today, so that's one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to do a lot of that off camera since we already did 2 full episodes on bee breeding and stuff, so there's nothing new going on there. There's nothing, like, I'll just kind of show you I'll check in with you every once in a while and show you what I've done, and then we'll get some diamond bees set up, because diamonds are like the one resource that our quarry is based on, and we have so much of everything else. I mean, like 27,000 iron. I mean, that's more than I'll probably ever need, so that's not a big deal. And then we'll have to come up with some other way to get draconium, because now we have 1,000 draconium ingots and 1,000. I would really wish, I'm really wishing that I would have set this thing to more than 1,024 draconium dust. I mean, while we had the chance, I should have been collecting thousands and thousands of draconium. That would have been the smart thing to do. But it's not what I did. So at some point in the future, we're going to use RF Tools Dimensions to get a bunch of draconium. So that's kind of going to be our solution there. But as long as we have all this bee infrastructure set up, it would be pretty easy for us to get some other resources from bees. So I'm going to do diamonds today. I also added a mod called Craftable Saddles, which allows us to craft saddles. Along with a few other things, which honestly I don't really care all that much about at this point, but it'll be just a nice, it's just a nice addition to the pack, especially for earlier game stuff if you want to ride horses. And then we've also added, oh, here's one I like. Check this out. Okay, I'm going to grab some lapis. This is something that really annoys me sometimes when I want to do a bunch of enchanting. So you might already have a guess of what's going on here, but check this out. We've got our enchanting table here. We put some lapis in there, and then you walk away from it, and it drops a lapis, and you're like, darn it, and then you got to carry lapis around with you. Guess what? The lapis is still in there. Nice, because I added a mod called Lapis Stays in Enchanting Table. That's actually the name of the mod, and that's all it does. It adds that. It also oh, look at that. FTP Utilities now shows you down there. Danny DJDK's team right there. And then when we go over here, it says Wilderness. That's nice. It's so much less annoying than that big thing that would pop up on the upper left-hand corner. So that's another thing that's changed a lot. A lot of things have changed. So many things have changed. It's kind of exciting. But then this mod also adds a Ender enchantment table, which basically it's an enchanting table with an Eye of Ender. You can place a bunch of these all over the world, and it basically is kind of like an Ender chest where the lapis that you put in one of the tables is also available in the other tables. So theoretically, we could probably pipe the lapis into it from somewhere, like have one at the house, and then wherever else we have an enchanting table, it'll just always be filled with lapis. So what else? We got the tool belt mod, which maybe we'll make a tool belt today. We don't really have very many tools, but because we have so many, like we have our all-in-one tools and stuff, and their drill and that, but it could be pretty nice. Tool belt, it's a tool belt that you can put it in your bauble slot, and it allows you to carry all of your tools basically in one slot, and then you can, that was weird. And you can like switch between them without having them take up inventory space. And then there's also these pouches that you can add to the tool belts, which give them more slots. So like the belt has 2 slots, and then each belt pouch you add to it adds another slot. I think you can add up to 7. So we may play around a little bit with that today. And then there's a mod called Bonsai Trees that No Wired Gaming, also known as Yugi or something like that, suggested, that allows you to make little bonsai trees, and we'll check that out later too, because those are kind of fun for decorative. They also have some practical purposes too. And then finally we have a mod called Diet Hoppers by RW Tima. He's the guy who does extra utilities, and this mod basically it changes the bounding box of hoppers to match the actual model of the hopper, so that you can click on the items next to the hopper or behind it or whatever. Oh, and also because we're in 1.12 now, vanilla Minecraft has colored beds, so the quark ones are gone. So I had to make a new bed because my quark bed disappeared. But it also means that we can now bounce on our beds. Yay! Because 1.12 has bouncy beds. Nice. Well, I'm back. And it was just morning when I got back, so now I have to deal with the rain. But I did get a bunch of rocky drones. It was tough though, because I ran out of food. I don't know what happened. I didn't have any food with me, so I kept getting damaged by the bees, and I wasn't recovering. So yeah, it was tough. But I did end up with 3 pristine rocky princesses. No, only 2, and then 3 ignoble. But whatever, we only need 1 at this point. The rocky bees are basically the start for Binny's mods. So all of Binny's bees, most of them anyway, start with the rocky drone. So here's what we're going to do, and I'm going to do most of this off camera, but just to show you what I'm doing. We want to get these diamond fragments, which we can use to make diamonds, and we get them 100% chance from every single diamond comb that we get. And we get a diamond comb from a diamond princess, or drone, or whatever, some diamond bees. So the diamond bees we get from cultivated and lapis. Now cultivated, that's a forestry bee, and we've seen those before. We already have some somewhere. So we need cultivated and lapis. The lapis we're going to get from Imperial, which we've already also made. In fact, we have some over there right now. They're the ones that we're using to make our royal jelly. And then we need resilient. To get resilient, we're going to need robust and industrious, which we already have. For robust, we need tolerant and unwary, which I think we already have. And then for tolerant, we need rocky and diligent. So that's where we're going to start. Rocky and diligent. So we have one diligent drone. Oh boy. And we're going to use it right now. Our advanced Mutatron with, I guess we'll have to do the one of our Rocky princesses to make the tolerant queen. And I'm just gonna go through the rest of those, and I'll meet back with you when I have my diamond bees. Finally, oh my gosh, this took so long. I had so many bees to cross-pollinate and then wait for them to go through their life cycle and all that stuff. So we've got our lapis princess, our cultivated drone, and that makes a diamond queen. Nice. Yay! So it turns out that in the new version of Gendistry, we cannot imprint queens at all. Like I can't put it in there. So I'm gonna let her go through her lifespan once, and then I'm going to take and I actually have the lifespan upgrade, and then I'm going to take her out and imprint the queen and the drone with our high productivity stuff. As long as we've got these guys in there, I might as well put the productivity upgrades in there. We've got 8 productivity upgrades. And then the automation upgrade, I'm not going to put in there yet, but I'm just going to hold on to that. And we'll see how many diamonds we get from this one diamond queen. We now have a diamond princess and a drone. We got nothing but a couple of rocky combs. But that's okay. That's because it has a short lifespan, and I'm guessing the productivity is probably pretty low on these guys. So let's take a peek. Yeah, production is slowest. Of course, we're going to change that. Oh, I don't know why I've analyzed that one. They should be exactly the same. With our production fastest in here. We're going to have an automation upgrade in here. So it's just going to keep cycling through. We can remove the lifespan upgrade, which downgrades their lifespan basically to make it, which is nice for breeding and such. All right. Fastest production. And it's on both the active and inactive, which means it will get passed down for sure. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to let this run for a while before I start extracting from it. And then we're going to set up some kind of automation where it turns on and off based on how many diamonds we have in the system. And actually, we're going to have to automate. We'll have to automate turning the diamond bits into diamonds. But I think we can easily do that with storage drawers, with compacting drawers. So after going through all that, I've decided I'm going to do something different. See, here's the deal now. This thing is taking 100 RF per tick. We've got 8 productivity upgrades in here. This guy is the fastest worker now, and we're still hardly getting anything. Like, this thing's been running for a while now, and we got 1 diamond comb. We need 9 diamond combs for each diamond that we want to produce. So, like, if we were to just stick this in an apiary, it wouldn't be a problem. It would just take a really long time. We wouldn't even think about it. It would just run in the background. It won't take any RF. But this guy's taking 100 RF per tick. I mean, the amount of RF that it's going to require per diamond is crazy. Because there's only a 1% chance that it's going to give us this diamond comb. There's a 20% chance that it's going to give us a rocky comb. So that means about every 20 rocky combs, we should get 1 diamond comb. Which, you know, it's about what's happening. And the rocky combs are pretty much useless to us. I mean, they just give us resources that we're already getting tons of. There's another diamond bee that Magic Bees gives us that has a little bit better yield. The Diamandi. Why is that? It's not coming up in JEI for some reason when we look directly for the bee, but it's a Diamandi bee, and it has a 6% chance of just giving us a nugget, so we don't even have to put it through a centrifuge or anything. It's actually going to give us a nugget, 6 times as many. it's and it's the slowest worker, so we can increase that. But again, we're gonna have to go through a pretty big process. So we have austere and auric, so it's similar to the other one. It's one forestry bee and one magic bees bee. Now in JEI they're showing as forestry bees, but they're really magic bees. But the auric drone, which requires an imperial and a plummen drone, which requires a common and a stand-in, which requires an industrios and forest. So it's totally doable. It's going to take a little bit of time to go through all that, but I think we're going to be better off. So while I'm waiting for that stuff, I wanted to show you something. Something I did after the last episode. Over here. So I killed another wither, and I took that wither and I put it in a box of eternal closure. So we now have a wither spawner. I had to make the spirit furnace one higher than it was before. Apparently it requires a 1x4x1 space in the middle to spawn a wither, which is a little strange. You would think that it would require something much bigger for something as large as a wither, but whatever. It requires a lot of blood, and I added 2 more sets of promises of productivity. So I made a promise of tenacity 3 so that I could fill all these slots with promises of productivity. But I have it set up to always keep 4 nether stars in the system, which means we now have 4 nether stars in the system. Which means we can now make, well, actually, let's see. Yeah, we have enough gas tiers. Okay. So that means we can now make some end crystals. Except we need more glass panes. Whatever, do 20 of those. So as you can hear, our mob spawner is running again. And there's all our nether stars. Because this guy is now running. And it's taking a lot of blood. So we're now producing blood over here, and we're using it over here. So if you're not familiar with this setup, that was my Evilcraft episode. I did that all in one episode, I think. All that Evilcraft stuff. There's some weird bug going on where gold nuggets are just appearing in crafting grids. It's not just refined storage. Sometimes it was even in here. Like they would just show up in here and I could just grab them. I don't know. Deja vu. Diamandi Queen. Hooray. That was actually easier to make too than the other one. And it's going to give us a lot more production. So apparently Magic Bees is a little bit more OP than Vinny's mods. I'm just going to take this guy out of here because it's just not worth it. But I am going to put it in here. Because as long as we have it, we may as well let it produce for us. And if it's in the apiary, it's not costing us anything. So why not? Oh, and I do want to take the automation upgrade out for now so that we can imprint the queen and the drone, of course. We got 1 diamond nugget. That's more than we got from the other one. But now we're going to genetically imprint the fastest speed. Okay, there's a diamond princess. Let's take a look at this. Shorter lifespan, fastest production, slowest pollination, flower type flowers, territory average, and okay, that's all good. And it is nocturnal and diurnal. And we have a possible specialty of diamond nugget, which we already saw has a 6% chance of dropping. So nice. I'm going to put the automation upgrade back in, and we're going to get some diamond nuggets. Hooray! So I'm going to move my diamonds to a compacting drawer over here so that we can just drop diamond nuggets in here, and whenever we drop diamond nuggets in our system, they'll automatically end up being converted into converted into diamonds and diamond blocks or whatever we need. The only problem is I can't get the diamond fragments to do that, because even though I've ore-dicted these together, like I used Craft Tweaker to ore-dict the diamond fragments as nugget diamond, it still isn't allowing that to happen. So we're gonna have to set up some kind of an auto-crafting, like not auto-crafting like refined storage auto-crafting, but like where these things automatically get put into some kind of a crafter. And we could use any number of various crafters, or we could use the compactor. But apparently we can mix and match within a recipe, so that's good to know. Yeah, this is producing really nicely now. We actually got 9 nuggets already. So I'm going to automatically pull those out. And this guy, I don't know what I'm going to do about that one yet, but I'm going to set up this one to... So we have a quarry running whenever we get fewer than 150 diamonds. And I think I'm going to keep it that way, so that if we ever get really low on diamonds, we'll have the quarry run, which will be a lot faster than these guys at getting diamonds. But I'm going to have these guys run until we have like 1,000 diamonds, because why not? I mean, it's not costing us much. It's $100 per tick. No big deal. and of course, this is totally free. It's not costing us anything except for the centrifuge when it pulls stuff into the centrifuge. So that, of course, is almost nothing. So I'm going to take a diamond out of the system. And whenever I middle click, inventory tweaks sorts my inventory. Oh, I just got the diamond advancement. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to actually just change this from draconium dust to diamonds. And we'll leave it at that. And then I'm going to set this guy to enable on redstone. So it will only stay on as long as we have fewer than 1024 diamonds, because this guy is set to output a redstone signal. And we have fewer than 1024 diamonds. I could probably make that like 512, really. You know what? I am going to... Let's go 512. Yeah, that should be fine. Because this guy's just going to... I don't even think I'm going to try to control this guy. I'm just going to let it run forever. Since it's producing so little, it's not going to overflow our system anytime soon, I don't think. Almost ready to go to the end. I'm done with the bees for now. We actually have quite a bit of diamonds already. Look at that. 156 diamonds. And our quarry brought in just over 150. I think it was like around 153. So we've gotten like 3 full diamonds already. And yeah, and they're still coming in. And now we're getting free iron. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. That is so weird. But anyway, we did lose our jetpacks, so I don't really have a good way to fly right now when I'm away from the base. So I decided I'm going to make a broom. Now, one of the reasons I'm going to the end is because I want to make wings of the bat from Actual Editions, and we're going to do that in the next episode. But in the meantime, I want to make some make a broom. I want to make some broom. But we don't have enough time left in this episode, so we're going to have to do that next time. So in the next episode, we're going to make our broom, we're going to fly around, and we're going to go to the end and do some other fun stuff. So I do hope you join me for that. Of course, if you did enjoy this, please don't forget to click the like button and to join me next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.